Mad Men. I have a flavor. I'm editorializing now. I'm reading my own book like new. It's good writing because it's simple, basic. I grew up reading real writers like Hemingway, who wrote, see, he was a journalist first, and he taught me to write as succinctly as possible. Then when I was studying to be a scientist, I learned scientific writing to write scientific papers, and the first rule was succinct, as few words as possible to get your ideas across. Anyone can write long sentences and the herefore, theretofore, and then that's not the way to write. So I said, that's the beginning of my purgatory, my manhood. It says it like straight out, you know. I was cast down into the cellar where I used cyanide solution to clean bronze statues of their gorgeous patina. The statues were gorgeous. I learned a lot about art because I stared at them all day long. Now you may say, what do you know about art? Well, I know quality from junk, artistry from fakery. The rest is a matter of taste. Now, let's analyze that line together. Look what I just wrote. What do you know about art? I know quality from junk, artistry from fakery. The rest is a matter of taste. That sentence is succinct, and it says it all. Anyway, so I'll go back to the book. So these figures would come in with a brown or black patina, which is the result of oxidation over time. The patina was sublime. But the nouveaux who were buying the figures to turn them into lamps wanted them to glitter like gold. Underneath the patina was the original bronze metal. I'll take that. I'll turn it into a lamp. Mount the thing. Blah, blah, blah. They'd buy it, and a certain number would be left for the weekend that I'd have to clean down in the basement. Down into the dirty, horrible, dank dungeon, filled with huge old wine barrels. A toilet from hell. No mirror on the wall except the shattered shards speckled from the acid that hit it. I'm down there from a young age with a toothbrush, scrubbing away at the patina. I don't really know if the cyanide was that bad. If it was, I'd be dead by now, I think. Perhaps it protected me from something. Hey, Dad, explain to me how I can use cyanide, since I understand from basic chemistry that they use cyanide balls at San Quentin. They put a guy in the chair and strap his head over the bucket, and the pellets drop in. Then the gas comes up, and he's dead in a few seconds. Dad, why would you put me in the basement with cyanide pellets to clean bronzes? Here's the answer now. This is right out of the Bible. I couldn't believe it. It took me 30 years to figure this out. This was a repetition of Abraham and Isaac. You see, Abraham picked up the knife, and God said, slay your son. He didn't even ask, my son? You sure you mean my son? Your son, I want him dead. All right, I'm a good guy, I'll kill my son for you. He grabs the kid, grabs him by the neck, like an Islamo-fascist, and is about to cut his throat when God says, wait, I was just kidding, I was only testing you. Now, no one ever talked about what that did to Isaac. The father he trusted suddenly grabs him by the neck and wants to cut his throat. You know, all you hear about is Abraham was so loyal and listened to God. But what did it do to Isaac? It drove him nuts. He never trusted anyone after that. His own father wanted to cut his throat because he was listening to someone in the sky. So now I'm in the basement, and he says to me, you're going to clean bronzes because you're going to become a man. I'm going to make you tough. You got to do something, blah, blah, blah. And you're going to use these pellets. Here's a big barrel of them. I get them from a chemical supply store. You drop them in water, and then you dip in your brush and wash the bronze, and the black comes off, and it looks shiny again. The customer wants the shiny statue for a lamp. So I say to him, how do you know it's not going to kill me? Here's what Abraham says to me. I mean, in the modern-day story, he says, because there's a potassium salt of the cyanide and a sodium salt of the cyanide. But here's the kicker. Dad doesn't tell me which one kills and which one dissolves patina, which is exactly why I went into science and medicine and chemistry, to find out whether he was trying to knock me off or not. I'm sorry, this is good writing. I'm sorry, this is good. Nobody else would do this except Louis from the Bowery, the one with the monkey. We get rubber gloves on up to our elbows and drop these white pellets into water, then turn it into a cyanide solution. Then we take the brush and rub the figure until the patina came off the bronze. I'm rubbing. It would take you an hour or two to do each statue. Rub, rub. I'm a kid. I'm rubbing. And what I'm thinking about is where I'm going that night. I'm going out on a date or to hang out with my friends, or I'm going to a movie. Meanwhile, my face would be getting blotched, and I'm rubbing and cleaning in what's like a Dickens basement. So I get into high school chemistry years later, and I told my teacher what I was doing. I was using cyanide balls. My father had a huge chemical supply. It was not used for anything but this. I said to the teacher that I used these cyanide balls for cleaning statues, for cleaning solution. Teacher said, what? It's poisonous, but don't get worried. There's a sodium cyanide, and there's a potassium cyanide salt. Now, to this day, I don't know which one kills you. If you're a doctor reading this or listening to this in the Savage Nation or a trained scientist, I want you to think about what I'm going to say. Is it possible that inhaling the fumes that didn't kill you outright, in some way mitigated against the oxidation of fatty foods powering through my arteries? I have a pet theory that in some way, although it blotched my face, it built up my immunity to something. I know it did. I just don't know what. So that story is found in Psychological Nudity by Michael Savage. Great story. Worthy of a movie. I'll be right back.
Don't make a difficult time tougher. If your inheritance is stuck in probate, we can advance you the cash you need in as little as 72 hours. Visit inheritancefunding.com or call 877-YOU-AIR. That's 877-YOU-HEIR.
No one else can say it that clear and that precise. And he has passion, of course.
The Savage Nation. Weekday afternoons 3 to 7. Talk 910. KNEW.
It is the Savage Nation. We're doing a little politics, a little storytelling. Jackie Smith says I wasn't up to being Home Secretary. She is the woman who put yours truly, Michael Savage, talk show host extraordinaire, on the same list as murderers and terrorists. She says she didn't know what she was doing, but my name is still on the list. You can go to Drudge Report. It's been up all day. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it. Probably take it down now, but, you know, it's an important source of news. It was Drudge where I first saw I had been banned in the UK, frankly. Anyway, you heard me read a story from Psychological Nudity, which I really enjoyed reading. It was pretty interesting, and I've asked you, since it's open mic to mic day, if you've read the book. And many of you have bought the book. I mean, I can't give you out the exact number, but it's sold quite a few books just on my own website. It's not available in bookstores. It's fine by me. I don't need New York publishers. Not at all. They need me. I don't need them. It's an amazing world. The Internet is amazing. You can bypass publishers. All the years I had to go to them with a proposal. And they'd ponder it, then they'd screw you on the royalties or rob the proposal altogether and give it to their cousin. Those days are over. It's in a whole new world. If you have the drive. You see, Obama says you're lucky. Yeah, lucky. I almost lost my vision writing the book. And then taking the chance of publishing the book. Investing in the book. That's not luck, Obama. I don't just push papers, Obama. I actually produce things. It's unbelievable to me. You're lucky to him, in other words, that you should get taxed. Lucky. How about the guy guzzling beer in a sidewalk somewhere in New York? Boy, what was it? He's unlucky? He's a bum. He's a bum collecting a welfare check. How about the illegal aliens that come over and knock out babies like tasty bread? 14 years old with 4 children in a carriage, and her husband's 14 years old, living on the fat of the land. They're unlucky, you idiot. You. What is this? You got to be a moron to believe this. So I don't want to do politics. It gets me angry. I don't want to get angry at all. I don't want to get angry. I can't take it anymore. I'd rather talk about Tippy the dog or whatever. That's a sad story. Tippy dies and is thrown in a garbage can. I can't even look at my dog anymore because, they die before you. I don't want to go through it again. Too many dogs. Willie's in the ground. Snowy's in the... I don't want to do it again. But you do it over and over again. How do dogs have a whole personality? If they're not supposed to have, like, a soul, you say to yourself, because they're not human, how do they have such expressions? I could tell my dog's entire, what he's, like, feeling through his mouth. I look at his lower... I can't explain it. I know when he's smiling. I know when he's frightened. Or, he never gets really frightened because he's protected. But when he's a little, slightly, let us say, off. See it in the lower lip. I remember reading when I was biology undergrad, 17, 18 years old, The Expression of the Emotions in Man and Other Animals by Charles Darwin. It's a little-known book, very important book. You don't know he wrote that book. The Expression of the Emotions in Man and Other Animals by Charles Darwin. And you see the drawings of dogs and their different expressions, and Darwin explains what the expressions are projecting. Amazing book. I remember when I had my first child, liberals, I swear to God, at the university, they're so evil, they're so soulless. And they're all Obamaites. They were then, too. They were evil people, pure evil leftists. They would say to me, if my child smiled, you know what they'd say? He's not smiling, he's just passing, has gas. You have any idea what you're dealing with these Obamaites, these NEA types? Do you have any idea that these people are stone-hearted, anti-human types? They're almost ghoulish, these socialists. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in humanity. They don't believe in people. They don't believe in the family. No, they'll fake it. These are diehard statists. They are the enemy of freedom. They're the enemy of God. They're the enemy of the family. Make no mistake about it. They're family killers. They're nation killers, in my opinion. So in the university, when the child was an infant, if he would smile, they'd say, oh, look at that. I'd say, is that beautifully smiling? Oh, no, they would say, these cold-hearted sociologists. He has gas. Do you have any idea what they're saying? These are the people who want euthanasia for your grandfather, because it'll be cheaper in the long run if you don't care for him. New York City, WOR. John, you could see why I don't want to do politics today. What's on your mind, John?
Well, I haven't bought the book yet, but there's one story that you read last year that is really heartwarming for me. The story about your father's friend who made a lot of money in that business, and you came back from collecting plants, and you found out that he lost all of his money, and he looked at you with a cigar with his eyes going back and forth, saying,